I'm on the astral plane. Welcome to my Doctor Strange review. Hold on a sec. Be there in a sec. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'll be talking to you about the newest Marvel Cinematic Universe film, Doctor Strange. It's been out for about 2 weeks now, maybe 3. Yeah, exams got in the way of me seeing it, but that's not going to get in the way of me reviewing it. Doctor Strange stars Benedict Cumberbatch as the titular Doctor Strange. I was really looking forward to seeing how Benedict would portray the character, and I've been waiting to see Doctor Strange on the big screen for a while now. And I gotta say, this movie did it really well for the first, big budget sorcerer film in the Marvel Universe. They did it really well. I mean, the magic wasn't as, extravagant as it could have been, but to be fair, I mean, this is the first time they've done the magic on screen, so whatever they can do is awesome regardless. Benedict Cumberbatch was the perfect choice to portray Doctor Strange. He looks almost exactly the same to how he looks in the comics, and it's perfect. It's just perfect. I have no complaints in the casting department of this film, even with all the people who have changed gender and race between their comic book counterpart. They all portrayed their characters really well, so I have no complaints in that department. The visual effects of the film were absolutely stunning. Some of the best psychedelic visuals I've ever seen in a movie. Just there, done. I mean, occasionally in some of the fight scenes, some people were moving around all Agent Smith versus Neo in the Matrix Reloaded. Other than those 2 little instances that are very hard to notice, the movie does the special effects really well. Especially when they go around reality warping all the places in the mirror dimension and all that stuff. You've seen it in the trailers. If you haven't seen it in the movie, you are in for a treat. It's really colourful as well. Whenever they go into some alternate dimension, there's this one extremely trippy sequence. That sequence is just so awesomely done. I wish I could have seen this movie in 3D. The cinematography was also outstanding, for a Marvel movie especially. The Marvel movies up to now haven't really been up there in the visual category, except for movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor: The Dark World. I can't really think of any other Marvel movies that are really high quality visuals. I'm not saying the special effects aren't good, I'm just saying that visually they're not very exciting. They're just kind of movies. But Doctor Strange hits it out of the ballpark. It's a brand new style for Marvel movies, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us later in future Marvel movies and in future Doctor Strange movies. The soundtrack as well was also just really good. It's not the best soundtrack I've ever heard, but it was a really good soundtrack. Especially the end credits theme, just really good. Marvel has shown time and time again that they're not very good at portraying their comic book villains. This time, on the other hand, I actually liked him. He had a good personality, good sense of humor, unlike some other villains. He had some good lines, but he also had motivation. And I mean, he was pretty much a Marvel villain. He was just there to be a threat. But really, you could see kind of where he was coming from. He wants eternal life, so he thinks that by doing what he does, he will get it. And I just thought he was a good threat to use in an origin story. I mean, I like Mads Mikkelsen's performance was great as well. Rachel McAdams' character, who wasn't in the comics, was also a very good addition to the movie. Her character was funny, but also a very good counter for Doctor Strange's assholery in the beginning, and then a very good companion to him later on in the movie. She did really well in that role. Now, for my complaints. It was too fast. I mean, it's under 2 hours, and you can tell that it's under 2 hours, because the movie just felt way too fast. It could really benefit from an extra 15 to 20 minutes. Time is a big theme in the movie, so you think they could have done the actual, flow of time, make it feel better. But the movie just felt too fast. Some fights and some certain characters were just underused. Spoiler alert. I felt it was just too reckless of Mordo and Wong to let Doctor Strange carry the Eye of Agamotto around with him throughout the entire second act of the movie. The second half of the movie, he just has the Eye of Agamotto on him. And they never really make much of a big deal about it, except for that one scene where they tell him not to screw around with it. But then he's left with the Eye of Agamotto on him for pretty much the rest of the movie. And it only comes in handy in the last fight scene, especially in the Dormammu, I've come to bargain scene. And that is also another scene that was just too quick. It could have been expanded on a lot longer. And just some of the magic, so especially the relics, they just didn't feel powerful enough. I know to the general audience, a lot of this stuff might seem really overpowered. Their powers are just crazy, but they just didn't feel as powerful as they were in the comics, especially for a staff that is called the staff or whatever of the Living Tribunal, who is one of the most powerful characters in the Marvel Universe. And really, all it is a whip stick thing. Other than those little complaints, this is definitely in my top 3 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I can't wait to see what they do with Doctor Strange in future movies. So yeah, Doctor Strange gets a 9 out of 10 for me. I will see you guys on the next review. Remember, if you're gonna see Doctor Strange, stay back after the credits. See ya!